As the unofficial poster boy for the PlayStation brand, it's only right that Nathan Drake accompanies the PS Vita on its maiden voyage into the handheld market with Uncharted Golden Abyss. But is the new Uncharted the key to the Vita's fortunes, or did Drake's latest turn out to be golden abysmal? Find out in our rollicking relic hunting review.
Great veins of gold course through the walls, as blood from the beast of Mammon.
For this outing, Naughty Dog have handed over their baby to Bend Studio, Sony's own cover band, who've already turned major franchises like Resistance into brilliant handheld titles. From a plot perspective, Bend hit all the key notes from the Uncharted hymn sheet. A long-lost mysterious treasure, a love interest in jeopardy, and plenty of backstabbing, side-switching, and just a smattering of Sullivan to please the long-term fans. However, Drake's Central American adventure lacks the strong hooks of his home console outings. Nate's interest in archaeologist Marisa Chase just doesn't seem worth putting himself through the meat grinder for, and the distant treasure lacks the magnetic allure of Shangri-La or El Dorado. It's more freewheeling and carefree, but harder to buy into. Bend's greatest success with Golden Abyss is the graphics. The sumptuous visuals wouldn't look out of place on a home console any day of the week. For a handheld game, the level of detail is staggering. Lush, verdant jungles press in at all sides. Knots of vines twist up into the canopy, and unearthed ruins jut from the ground. Then, just before the overgrown areas consume you, the game breathes out, and you're faced with sheer drops and breathtaking vistas. This is eye candy in the truest sense. The same level of detail applies to the characters too. The motion-captured performances of Nolan North and the gang add so much personality to the cast, which helps their quirks and emotions to really shine through and ultimately aids in your investment.
I told you to stay down. You'd get us killed.
Despite the technical miracles that made the gameplay possible, the limitations of the Vita are felt elsewhere, like in the gameplay. Held up against Among Thieves and Drake's Deception, Golden Abyss and the console itself just can't compete in terms of spectacular gameplay set pieces. Instead, Bend have stuck closely to the finely honed third-person shooting plus platforming formula, so the overall feel comes off closer to Drake's fortune. With the Vita's dual analog sticks, maneuvering and shooting is tight and accurate. Where things fall down is the touch controls. Jabbing at the reload button mid-battle or fumbling with the drag-and-drop grenade system can be a little bit clunky in the heat of the moment. In fact, it's the obligatory Vita functionality that is the biggest mark against Golden Abyss. While the painting traversal may be optional and in certain situations incredibly handy, it's some of the smaller touches that grate. Naughty Dog were always striving for the seamless integration of story, gameplay and action with the main series, and Golden Abyss apes this to all intents and purposes. That's why it's weird when the game stops mid-cutscene so you can swipe up to open a door 3 times. Or the fact that Drake, who can climb a 100-foot wall with ease, now has to stumble on every single beam or log so you can self-right him using the gyroscope. These little moments that are designed to show off the console drag you out of the in-game experience. They reveal the seams and force you into actions that don't always fit the characters. Fortunately, most of the Vita moments, as we've dubbed them, lurk in the peripheries. Bend have expanded the environments outward, perhaps to compensate for the lack of spectacle, giving you a bit of room to range. Exploration will unearth the classic collectible treasures and mysteries, which can be solved by taking photos, completing charcoal rubbings, and cleaning items. Most of these tasks, bar photography, require no skill beyond scrubbing the screen and watching a meter fill up, which is a shame because the application of a little technique could have made this digital archaeology something more than a dressed-up collection quest. With Uncharted Golden Abyss, you can't help feeling like you're standing on the precipice of something great. We wish this weren't the first game out of the door, that the developers had been given time to grow out of mandatory prod controls, because we can't help feeling that given time, this slightly tarnished treasure could have been something truly priceless.